We're going to do a super basic bike rappel instructional setup for my favorite way. It takes a little bit more than the mandatory gear, but it's super clean and easy. So you'll need a daisy chain, 3 sewn slings about 24 inches, 1 tied sling or prusik, or it could be another sewn sling, and then you'll need 2 non-locking carabiners, 2 standard locking carabiners, 1 HMS locking beaner, and the rappel device. So yes, that is more, but you know, this gear weighs pretty minimal. You can go pretty ultralight, and let's show you how to set it up. Okay, so one of those sewn slings is going to be girth hitched around your frame and the fork, so that it keeps the handlebars turned. So if you see the handlebars are turned and the wheel is pointing perpendicular to the bike, that's going to keep that out of my way, and that's going to have a carabiner attached to the end of it. I'm going to rotate the pedals backwards so that the pedal is along the frame, and notice the derailleur is on the far side of the bike, the way that I'm attaching this. So this is girth hitched around there. This is the long piece on the end. It's going to also have a carabiner. Ready? On me, you're going to see 2 of the sewn slings. One is going to be girth hitched to my center loop. So you can see that right there on the center loop, it's girth hitched, and on the end of that is my rappel device and locking carabiner. The other one is also girth hitched there below that to a locking carabiner. So this is going to be my safety that I clip in with. And then my other stuff is just clipped off to the side. So that's just my prusik loop with a locking carabiner, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to get set up, and then you'll see. To get set up, I'm just going to either have my teammate holding this or lean it up against a tree. I'm going to squat down, and I'm going to lean back, bringing this piece over my shoulder, and then attaching it to whatever is kind of the closest one I can get on my daisy chain. That's where I want my daisy. All right, it doesn't have to be super tight. It'll feel good once I get up. You can do this right over your backpack, and then you extend. You kind of shift it so it feels comfortable. If you need to, you could pull it in tighter and adjust, but this actually feels pretty good to me right there. Okay, so now I'm going to walk over. Okay, so simulating this as a rappel. So I've got my safety. I'm going to clip into whatever anchor the safety staff makes me clip into, make sure that's locked. This is just going to be there so I can feel safe while getting set up. Second piece, this is extended. So this is just going to be attached like I normally would attach my rappel, and lock it up. So this makes it so that it's going to be pulling off right way out in front of me. The last thing here is I have my safety loop. There's lots of ways to tie a prusik or a climb heist or kind of an auto block. That'll be up to you guys, but it's going to be below your device if you're doing this system. I'm going to do a few wraps here. Make sure it all comes together. You guys have got to make sure you know a system that works for this, right? And I'm going to clip that below on the very, very bottom. Lock that up. And then at this point, everything's locked up. I'm pretty much ready to go here, right? So from here, I'm going to undo my safety. Actually, I can either undo my safety, or if I'm worried about tipping over backwards here, I'm just going to take this extra piece here and I can clip it in to my rappel carabiner, right?
5% remaining.
And I can make this as short as I want. So this is basically like having a chest strap that will help me from flipping over backwards if it gets overhanging, all right? Last thing, I'm unclipping my safety. All right, I would have my hand on this prusik, clip that out to wherever I want it to be, off on the side, doesn't really matter. And now, as I go back, you're gonna see, right, this is gonna keep me upright, right? And as I go back, I'm just gonna start to rappel. Make sense? If this is too tight, remember, I have all this, so I could extend it all the way out to the longest if I'm not worried about it going overhanging. And then this is just keeping me from flipping over backwards, right? I'm minding my prusik and rappel.
Woohoo!